If you've been learning Spanish for a while now, you've probably come across the dreaded subjunctive. And while knowing when to use the subjunctive is difficult for many Spanish learners, today we're going to go over 6 common connector phrases that always trigger the subjunctive. So you don't even have to think about which mood to use.
These phrases always use the subjunctive because they introduce something that hasn't happened yet, might not happen, or is dependent on another action.
And we use the subjunctive to express uncertainty, desires, conditions, or something that's not real yet. That's why the verb that comes after these connector phrases can't be in the indicative because it's only used for certainty or facts. Now, if you're not familiar with the subjunctive at all or have no idea what it is, first you should check out our whole playlist on when to use the subjunctive, how to conjugate it, and all those tips and tricks that we share in those lessons. You can check out that playlist here, and we'll also leave the link in the description of this video.
But if you are familiar with the subjunctive, the general structure is a main clause in the indicative, then a connector phrase, and then the dependent clause in the subjunctive.
And don't forget that the subject before and after the connector phrase must be different in order to use the subjunctive. If it's the same subject, we most likely will remove the K and use the infinitive of the verb instead. So, for example,
Yo espero que tú tengas un buen día.
So let's go over this sentence. So we have our first subject, yo. Then we have a doubting or a hoping, wishing verb in the indicative, espero. Then we have our connector clause, que. Then a different subject, tú. And then our verb in the subjunctive, tengas. But what about this example here?
Yo espero tener un buen día.
So here you see we only have the one subject now. So we have yo, then espero stays the same, but then we remove the que and just use the infinitive form of tener.
So now we're going to go over 6-ish expressions and we'll explain them one by one with examples so you can start using them today.
But before we start, don't forget that this lesson's PDF guide is available for all of our YouTube and Patreon members at the Primo level or higher that has all of this video's explanations, extra examples, and extra practice to help improve your Spanish. And as a member, you'll also receive other exclusive benefits. We'll leave the link to sign up to those in the description of this video. Okay, our first connector phrase is antes de que, which means before something happens. So it's used when one action hasn't happened yet and will take place before another one. And it always uses the subjunctive because the second action isn't real yet. It's expected or hypothetical. So, for example, I want to leave before it gets dark.
Quiero salir antes de que oscurezca.
Finish washing the dishes before your mom gets home.
Termina de lavar los trastes antes de que llegue tu mamá.
He left before they said goodbye.
Se fue antes de que ellos se despidieran. Number 2, para que and a fin de que both mean so that or in order that, and both express a purpose or a goal. They require the subjunctive because the action they introduce is the desired outcome, not guaranteed.
And we'll see a few other connectors in our lesson today where both expressions mean the same thing and can be interchanged. It might just depend on which region of Spanish you're speaking that one is more common than the other. So for each of those cases, we'll go through a few examples for each expression. So, for example, I'm explaining this to you so that you understand.
Te estoy explicando esto para que tú entiendas.
Susie saved money so that her daughter could have a quinceañera.
Susie ahorró dinero para que su hija tuviera una fiesta de 15 años. By the way, quinceañera is the girl celebrating her 15th birthday party, not the name of the party.
Oops, we use it for a party. Okay, now we know. Now, let's see a few examples with a fin de que. He lied so that they wouldn't worry.
Mintió a fin de que ellos no se preocuparan.
The dressmaker made alterations to the dress so that it would fit the bride perfectly.
La modista hizo arreglos al vestido a fin de que le quedara perfecto a la novia.
Number 3, a menos que and a no ser que mean unless. And these introduce a condition that would prevent the main action. And since the outcome is uncertain or hypothetical, we need to use the subjunctive. So, for example, I won't go unless you come with me.
No voy a ir a menos que vengas conmigo.
Grandpa won't forgive you unless you apologize.
El abuelo no te perdonará a menos que te disculpes.
I don't plan on moving unless there are restaurants near the new house.
No pienso mudarme a menos que haya restaurantes cerca de la casa nueva.
You won't get into Harvard unless you get straight A's.
No entrarás a Harvard a no ser que obtengas excelentes notas.
Buy napkins at the supermarket unless you can't find them on sale.
Compra servilletas en el súper a no ser que no encuentres en descuento.
Now, before going on to our next connector phrase, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't. It really helps us out.
Number 4. En caso de que means in case, and it's used to introduce a possible scenario or a precautionary condition. The action might or might not happen, so the subjunctive is required.
So, for example, we could see something like, take your umbrella in case it rains.
Lleva tu paraguas en caso de que llueva.
I'll write it down in case I forget.
Lo voy a escribir en caso de que se me olvide.
Now here, although it looks like we have the same subject, I'll write it down in case I forget. I forget is using the accidental say form, which is actually third person. So it's like, in case it forgets itself to me. So that's why it's complicated, but we do have a video on the accidental say that you can check out here. And we'll also leave the link to that video in the description. Let's see another example. They left early in case there was traffic.
Ellos salieron temprano en caso de que hubiera tráfico.
Now, number 5, con tal de que and siempre y cuando both mean as long as or provided that, and are used to express conditions that must be met in order for something to happen. And since the fulfillment of the condition is uncertain, we must use the subjunctive. So, for example, I'll help you move as long as you buy me dinner.
Ayudaré a mudarte con tal de que me compres la cena.
They'll go on the trip, provided that they get permission.
Irán al viaje con tal de que consigan permiso.
I'll let you use my car as long as you fill it with gas before returning it.
Te dejo usar mi coche siempre y cuando lo llenes de gasolina antes de devolverlo.
Jose will sign the contract provided that he's paid fairly.
José firmará el contrato siempre y cuando le paguen lo justo. Number 6. Sin que means without someone doing something, and it's used to express the absence of an action. And it takes the subjunctive because it refers to something that is not happening or should not happen.
Right, for example, he left without anyone noticing.
Se fue sin que nadie se diera cuenta.
Or, we can't finish the report without you sending us the graphs.
No podemos terminar el reporte sin que nos envíes las gráficas.
They crossed the border without the guards stopping them.
Cruzaron la frontera sin que los guardias los detuvieran.
And that's it. Were you already familiar with these connectors, or was this new helpful information? Let us know in the comments.
Also, we want to thank Cristina Benitez and Joseph Wynn for your Buy Me a Coffee donation. And also thank you to Kevin Lewis for becoming a Patreon member. Gracias, primo.
Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't, so you don't miss any other lessons like this. Until next time.